Hey everybody, I am going to show you how to transition from in the round knitting to flat brioche knitting on the brioche bandana cowl. I have finished my rows in the round. I am now coming into my transition row where I will be separating. So I've done my brioche knit round and now I'm doing my pass in the brioche purl. So here is my marker at the end of the round. I'm going to be working until the last two stitches, basically in pattern. So I'm going to be brioche purling. Okay, so we're coming to the last two stitches. And what I'm going to do, so that we can separate to work flat, is I'm going to brioche purl. Okay, and then I'm going to knit one stitch, so I'm going to knit that last brioche knit stitch, and then I'm going to pass the previously worked brioche purl over top of it. And so I've decreased by one, and I'm ready to transition and work flat now. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the marker, okay, and I'm going to turn to work the wrong side. Okay, so now that we've turned the wrong side, we removed marker, we turned the wrong side, we are going to work across the first stitch, which is that stitch we did the PSSO over, is we're just going to slip that with our working yarn in front. Our next stitch, we are going to brioche purl, slip, yarn over, brioche purl, and we're going to work all the way across this row. I'm coming to my last three stitches, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip one, yarn over, a brioche purl, and then with the yarn in front, I'm going to just slip one purlwise. And I know that I've come to the end of my round, or row, I'm sorry, because this other working yarn is over in this end. So now I'm going to transition to the brioche knit pass on the wrong side, okay? So here's my yarn. I'm going to knit one, bring the yarn to the front, slip one yarn over, brioche knit, bring the yarn to the front, slip one yarn over, brioche knit, and I'm going to work all the way to the last two stitches, and I'll show you what to do there. So I have worked across and I am at my last three stitches, so I've already slipped one, and I'm going to yarn over and brioche knit, and on my last stitch here I'm going to slip one, yarn over, and then knit one. So now I have both yarns on one side of the needle, which means I am ready to turn my work and work across my right side rows. Okay, so we are ready to work across our first right side decrease row. Our first stitch, we are just going to slip purlwise with the yarn in back. The yarn is automatically in the back where it should be, and then we are going to do a BRLSL, which is a brioche decrease. We're going to go into the first stitches of the brioche knit it and just slip it right off the needle, which includes the yarn over. Then we're going to go into the following two stitches, which is going to look like three stitches because you have a yarn over. You're going to go into those and brioche knit them, and then you're going to pass that slip stitch and yarn over top. And you're going to work across to the last five stitches, and I will show you the next decrease. I'm at the last five stitches. Remember, it's important to remember in brioche that yarn overs do not count as stitches. So when it says 5 stitches, if that stitch has a yarn over, that counts as one stitch. So this is one stitch here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to slip one with the yarn in front, and I am going to now do the BRRSL, which I'm going to slip this next stitch as if I'm going to brioche knit it. Just slip the whole thing off the needle. I'm going to knit the next stitch. I'm going to pass these over top. Then I'm going to slide this over to the left hand needle and pass the following brioche stitch over top of it, including its yarn over. And and then I'm going to slide it back to the right hand needle because I'm done. And I'm going to just slip the stitch purlwise with the yarn and back. I'm ready now to move on to my next pass with my brioche pearl color. So you can see that this is not, the two passes are not done because the yarn is coming out of two ends of the work. So you can always kind of use that as your guide as to whether you finish both passes. The yarn will always be on the same side of the needle if you finish both passes and you're ready to turn. Okay, so we're going to work our brioche pearl pass now on the right side. Going to knit the first stitch, bring the yarn to the front, slip yarn over, and brioche pearl. And I'm going to work the slip yarn over brioche pearl into the last two stitches. And I'll show you how to transition back to the wrong side row. I'm at my last two stitches of my brioche pearl pass to the right side. I'm going to slip stitch purlwise, the yarn in front, and I'm going to yarn over and brioche knit. I am ready to turn my work and work the wrong side now. Both yarns are coming out of the same side. I'm going to turn to work the wrong side.